Good afternoon. We're at the 2014 AHR Expo. I'm here at the AERCO booth. Harold Krebs. Harold, tell me a little bit about AERCO and your company. What are you all about?
Yeah, Dan, thanks. AERCO is a leading provider of both heating and domestic hot water products in the industry, one of the leaders in condensing technology. And really what AERCO does primarily is not just offer products, but we try to offer specific solutions to our customers as well as the services needed for both the engineering community, the contractor base, and of course our important end users in this market.
What's your market, Harold? I see a lot of big equipment. Is it primarily commercial, industrial? What is your market?
AERCO is primarily a commercial products provider as well as solutions provider to the commercial market, specifically in the healthcare industry, the education industry, as well as lodging and other types of commercial buildings.
Where are you based out of? Where's your manufacturing facility?
Ironic enough, we're based just about 20 minutes north of here in a town called Blauvelt, New York, which is just about 20 minutes north of New York City.
Right. So you manufacture here in the U.S.?
Absolutely. We're all based here in the United States, right here in New York.
I like that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a mechanical contractor by trade, and I get excited when I see all this heavy-duty equipment. What do you got over here? This is a beast over here. Tell me what you got over here, Harold.
Actually, this is probably the smallest 6 million BTU boiler available in today's market.
Wow.
This is a fire tube stainless steel 6 million BTU boiler with a 15-to-1 turn-down ratio, which gives you a very high modulation capability, which is a huge savings in energy in today's heating applications.
I would have never guessed this was 6 million BTUs.
Yeah,
such a small footprint.
Extremely small.
Tell me about the turn-down ratio. You got a high turn-down on this product?
Yeah, it's got a high turn-down burner, something that was developed by AERCO 20 years ago. We utilize our own modulating air fuel valve that delivers that 15-to-1 turn down to our burner.
I see that you filter your incoming air, your combustion air. That's a unique feature of this boiler.
Yeah, that is unique. You know, one thing's about when you're dealing with combustion products, it's very important to have a good airstream and proper air fuel, air and gas delivery to the burner. And putting K&N air filters on the incoming airstream certainly guarantees that we're not going to bring in any mechanical room debris, which we all know how clean mechanical rooms are today, but it really ensures the proper combustion downstream in our burner.
Now, I was a service technician for 16 years before I started my company. What I see here looks like it's easy to service. I can get to all the components, I can get my tools in there. I'm not standing on my head to service that. Was that designed into this boiler?
This was absolutely designed into this. So for our service contractors, even installers, all of AERCO's benchmark boilers from 750,000 up to 6 million are 100% serviceable from either the front or the back. And we designed that specifically so in two scenarios. Number one, ease of serviceability, and then for installation, we can actually put two boilers side by side with zero sidewall clearance.
Wow, that's a unique feature. How about the heat exchanger? What do we have for a heat exchanger here?
Yeah, the heat exchanger is also unique. Again, manufactured, welded right up in our plant in Blauvelt, New York. And this is a 439 stainless steel heat exchanger. 439 is a new material for AERCO, but through our 20 years of experience with stainless steel heat exchangers, we found that 439 stainless steel in a fire tube application gives us the premium life expectancy that our owners are looking for in today's boiler market.
What kind of warranty do you have on this?
We actually have a 10-year warranty on the entire pressure vessel, so something that is pretty unique for the industry, and that warranty guards against anything from manufacturer's defect, condensate corrosion, or thermal stress.
Yeah, that's a unique feature. You don't see that in the commercial market.
No.
Full 10-year warranty on a heat exchanger.
You know, one thing that AERCO prides ourselves on is not just the products that we deliver, but meeting the expectations of our owners in product performance, as well as serviceability, as well as being a long-time partner with those customers.
We work on a lot of high-efficiency equipment. A lot of them have a heat exchanger with a high pressure drop requiring specialty pumps. Tell me about the pressure drop on this heat exchanger.
Well, the heat exchanger, when you're talking about the pump side, you're talking about the water side. So as far as being capable of varying flow, which is very common in today's industry where everybody wants to use variable flow drives on their pumps, this heat exchanger, because it's a fire tube design, can be applied in a primary variable flow application. So a customer can take not only advantage of the thermal efficiencies of the boiler, but also the pumping and energy savings on the pump by varying the flow in the system and across the heat exchanger with very low pressure drops.
Very nice, very nice. We've got a very unique product here. Anything else that we didn't touch on that you want to add to that?
Yeah, one thing I would like to add, again, it's not just about the product as we look at a boiler. but AERCO also offers accessories for this product, and one thing that we haven't touched on is the venting. In today's world, as you probably know, Dan, some of the venting installations can be just as costly as the boiler products.
Sure.
Because of the efficiencies of this product, it's actually listed to be able to, on the 6 million, to apply polypropylene venting because of the low temperatures of the exhaust gases. And on the 3 million and below in this product, we can actually apply it with PVC venting.
Wow, that does make a difference.
Very efficient, and not all products can do that, and that provides a big cost expense on not just the boiler, but the installation and the cost of the venting material as well.
Can this product vent horizontally through a sidewall, or does it need to vent vertically through a chimney?
It can be vented either way. In fact, we have a new, when we talk about services, we have a new vent quote that would help contractors, designers, and installers even size the vent, and it can be directly vented out a side, up through a ceiling, or even sometimes commonly breached into one vent and run one vent vertically out the building.
What about product support? As a contractor, a lot of times I call on my manufacturers to help me design a project, or my technicians when they're in the field trying to figure out when something's not working properly, what the problem is.
Absolutely.
Talk to me about the technical support you have.
Absolutely. AERCO #1 has a full-time technical service staff right here in our factory in New York. We also certify certified contractors like yourself. Any contractor that wants to do service on AERCO equipment is always invited to come back to our school. So you not only get the phone support from AERCO, but we also provide all kinds of training for installing contractors as well as service contractors.
Sounds like I need to schedule a trip up to New York to see what you're all about.
You're always welcome to come.
Harold, you've got another unique product here, a commercial hot water heater. Tell me about this.
Yeah, Dan, this is probably one of AERCO's most unique products in the industry, and this is our innovation platform gas-fired water heater. It's available in 4 different sizes, and really our target market for this is any commercial building that has any type of substantial hot water need. This is a tankless product with a stainless steel heat exchanger. So the great thing about this is not just its ease of installation as far as footprint and being able to retrofit buildings that have those large storage tanks that eventually fail over time, but also the ability to not apply it with any storage tanks. So the ease of installation and the footprint that it takes in most mechanical rooms is much simpler and much smaller.
Well, that's a huge plus, because mechanical space obviously is at a premium.
Absolutely.
Storage tanks take up space, they leak, they're hard to get in and out, so this simplifies it considerably.
Absolutely.
Talk about this heat exchanger. What's this heat exchanger made out of? Very
Well,
unique.
you know, AERCO's had about 15 years experience with stainless steel manufacturing in our benchmark boiler, and we've adapted that material into our innovation product line. This is a fire tube, 316L stainless steel heat exchanger, so the water is in the shell and the combustion gases are in the tubes.
I see.
This offers the flexibility to not have a continually circulating pump between the tank and the heat exchanger, and allows the heat exchanger to expand and contract with the thermal stresses and not require the constant flow of a pump or the constant temperature that you would keep in a large storage tank.
What is this material for the shell? Is that stainless steel as well?
This is all 316L stainless steel, and just like our benchmark product line, both the shell and the heat exchanger have a 10-year warranty in a domestic water heating application where most products generally last between 5 and 10 years.
Harold, what's your experience with this product in a hard water situation such as we have in the DC area?
Right. There are several areas around the country with hard water conditions where lime and scale can build up on a heat exchanger and eventually cause a premature failure. But the combination of having a stainless steel heat exchanger and this unique baffle design with a very small fractional horsepower circulating pump always keeps a certain amount of water circulating over the tubes, which doesn't allow any precipitates to precipitate out on the heat exchanger, which would cause a premature failure.
How about venting this product? How does this vent?
Yeah, you know, the efficiencies of this product up in the 95% range, to where the exhaust temperatures are generally only about 10 degrees higher than the water temperatures. So since that exhaust temperature is so low, this is listed to vent with PVC vent, both direct out of sidewall or up through a roof of a building.
Very nice. Harold, we do commercial work, and especially, for example, you mentioned a hotel. If I put this device in a hotel, it's got to be reliable.
Absolutely.
If it breaks down, I got 200 angry guests with no hot water.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about reliability.
Well, you know, one of the first measurements and what we try to achieve is uptime reliability. In fact, that's one of AERCO's core competencies, is how we address uptime reliability. And again, when utilizing multiple heaters in a system and eliminating a storage tank, you're really eliminating that weak point in a system.
Sure.
So we actually design into our systems internal redundancy by adding multiple heaters. And the reliability of this product is really can be guaranteed with a new system that we call our on-air monitoring system. So where we can monitor the operating performance of heaters from California to New York, right from our facility in Blauvelt, New York, that not only can indicate faults, but we can actually monitor and predict when a fault might occur based on the operating conditions.
So if I'm hearing you right, Harold, you'll take several of these units, bank them together, and have redundancy. Is that accurate too?
Absolutely.
So that way, if you're working or servicing on one, you can keep the other units online, still have hot water, do your maintenance, do your repair work, bring it back online without losing any capability.
Exactly. In fact, when we do bank multiple units together, typically there will be a control valve on each heater. So for instance, in a hotel application where you have a very small load, you might have 3 out of the 4 heaters isolated from the system and only 1 operating. And as the load increases, we would add heaters based on the capacity demands of the building. So it really saves a lot of energy and offers that redundancy to when you have to service 1 heater for a commercial application.
Wow, this really is a great product. What else makes this unique from your competitors?
Well, one of the unique things, especially from a contractor's perspective, is the ease of installation. There are many challenges in today's water heating systems where you have tight spaces, whether a mechanical room is on a roof of a building or in a basement. And being able to fit this water heater in a service elevator and getting it in and out of tight spaces, especially in a hotel operation, where you might be able to actually install this system before you decommission the other system, so you get seamless changeover from going to a new innovation system from what you previously had.
Very nice. It sounds contractor friendly.
That's what we tried to design it for.
Give me an example. This unit, how many BTUs and what's the weight of this product?
Right. Well, the BTU range, we have 4 sizes, the smallest being 600,000 BTUs and the largest being 1.3 million or 1.35 million. And the approximate weight, it varies. But it's about 1,000 to 1,200 pounds dry weight. I think the actual specs are on our spec sheet.
And this all fits in the same chassis for all sizes, or are they different
Absolutely,
sizes?
it's the exact same dimensions for all sizes, so very easily getting in and out of a room, less than 30 inches, so it would fit through a standard 30-inch door.
Harold, this control caught my eye. Tell me about your control. Looks like it's the same across all your platforms.
Right, this is a pretty unique control for AERCO. It's AERCO's design, and what AERCO has tried to do with this control is not just give it operating controls for a product, but really true system integration. For instance, this Seymour panel is consistent across both the innovation product line as well as the benchmark product line. And in a water heater application, by daisy chaining multiple Seymour panels together, you can actually do onboard water heater management that we talked about earlier when we talked about the water heaters. So in building applications where you might have low demand periods, our controller, coupled with other units, all daisy chained together, can actually sequence and stage on and off to optimize the efficiency and performance of today's commercial water heating systems.
And you can do that with this control you innovated. We don't need a separate staging control or cascade control.
Right, there's no more wall-mounted cascading control needed for both our innovation platform as well as our benchmark platform that utilize the Seymour controller. In addition, all these controllers come standard with the ability to incorporate our on-air communication, which AERCO provides as a service for customers that would like remote monitoring so that we can not only indicate when faults occur, but also do things like predictive maintenance when we start seeing troubles arising in how the combustion settings are performing.
Harold, tell me, what's this RS-232? Is that an input and output? Can you plug a laptop into that?
Right, this is a simple output to connect a laptop to if you wanted to download everything onto an output, but it also has an integrated RS-45 port with standard Modbus communication.
Right. Unique product.
Very unique product, and you know, it's one of the products that really differentiates AERCO from an application standpoint versus a product standpoint.
Great. Okay, let's walk across the booth and see another one of your products.
Okay.
Harold, when I walked by your booth, this caught my eye because I'm a contractor. I love stuff like this.
Yes.
I have no idea what it is. What is this?
Yeah, this is one of AERCO's newest releases, and this is a packaged heating and hot water system, ideal for getting consistency in installations where you see a lot of inconsistencies of how things are piped and controlled. This gives you a single source responsibility through AERCO to provide both single source connections for both heating and domestic hot water in one package system.
So you're fabricating and packaging this on the skid in your shop, not in the field, is that correct?
Right, we have certain designs. We've actually partnered with fabricators that are experts in the industry and doing package systems like this, and we would supply this type of package directly from AERCO.
Well, it makes it nice. I can set this skid, bolt it together, and in no time at all have domestic hot water.
Exactly. In fact, in this trade show, this was as simple as connecting 4 pipes. It came on 3 different skid assemblies, so we're actually able to fit this entire system through a 30-inch door and be able to assemble it in less than about a half hour.
Well, anything that saves me man hours in the field, puts dollars in my pocket, and makes my customers happy. They don't want us in their mechanical room spending 2 weeks piping this up.
Absolutely.
If I can do it in a couple of hours instead of 2 weeks, that's money in the bank to me.
It's some services that hopefully everyone can look to AERCO to provide to get, again, some consistency and reduced time in the field.
Well, I see a lot of unions, a lot of valves. That must make it easy to service or replace components as they wear out.
Absolutely. Like all of our products, we try to make even our package systems as user-friendly, as service-friendly as possible. So if eventually when a component does need repair or does need replacement, we make it very easily accessible and serviceable.
Harold, are all the components on the water side compliant with the no lead, low lead?
Absolutely. All of AERCO's water heater products are in compliance with the new low lead approvals starting in 2014.
Harold, we got a new product here. I didn't see this one before.
Yeah, this is a new introduction for AERCO called the AM series, both boiler and water heater. This product really fills in a gap for AERCO in that it takes both our water heating products as well as our boiler products from 1 million BTU input all the way down to 399,000 BTU input.
Looks like it's in a nice compact chassis. We can get it into a lot of tight boiler rooms.
Yeah, it was designed for ease of installation, as well as it's a high efficiency product. It's a water tube stainless steel heat exchanger that gives you high efficiencies, as well as high turn down. Each of the heat exchangers come in modules, and on each heat exchanger is a 5-to-1 turn down gas valve. So a 1 million BTU boiler or water heater with 4 heat exchangers would have a 20-to-1 turn down ratio, giving you optimal performance and optimal efficiency.
So if I'm hearing you right, not only is it staged with 4 stages, each stage modulates.
Absolutely, giving you the highest turn down, as well as some limited redundancy. As you can see, each heat exchanger has a built-in control valve. So as stages are needed or not needed, the flow will be isolated to that particular coil, again, to optimize performance and increase turn down.
Sure, you don't want boiler water going through an off cylinder. There you go.
These also have the ability to be vented with PVC venting, either directly out the sidewall or up through a roof.
On the back, we're not going to walk around there, but I saw what's called a low-loss header or a hydraulic separator.
Right.
That comes from the factory built in, or is it field pipe?
Right, that comes from the factory built in. Most water tube designs, unlike our fire tube benchmark boilers, have less ability to vary flow as much. So we apply this with a low loss header. That really reduces a lot of complications, especially in a variable flow system.
Well, this looks like it fills a gap between the big boilers and the smaller boilers. It'll fit right into a nice situation.
This is a new release for AERCO that I think will be ideal for some of those light commercial applications.
I'll have to check it out.
Great, looking forward to it.
Harold, I appreciate your time.
All right, thanks, Dan.
Thank you. Enjoyed it.
Thanks.